Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Scrap Squad Sunday. And this week, the scrap lift is this lovely page by Kikki.sch. That's her Instagram handle. And it is just amazing. Three kind of tone-on-tone circles, and the circles themselves are arranged in a diagonal this way, but each circle is embellished on a diagonal that way. So it's just really cute. So I've gone through my Bramble Fox paper snips and fussy cut a bunch of images like these little pink flowers you'll see as I go along. And then I pulled my Bramble Fox, my tray of Bramble Fox goodies, which is right here, and I kind of pulled color matching things from there. And I pulled Distress Oxide inks and a Bramble Fox stencil. And I got scraps and a die. This is the die, and these are the scraps, the pink, blue, and yellow. This pink is Pink Fresh. This I think is Chamel, and this is the Simple Stories. I'm going to put those aside. And I have some extra little circles that were cut from this die. I'm going to use the main circles, but I'll keep these around if I need any further embellishment. I also pulled some pink, yellow, and blue sequins, just a few. And the photo I'm using is, you see there's just a simple black and white photo, a single black and white photo there. And I did a black and white photo of, or I filtered a color photo to make it black and white of a really goofy, beautiful, adorable smile that, and I love this photo. It was just kind of one of those everyday, here we are at this restaurant again kind of photos, but still, it was awesome. So I'm going to start with the stencil, and it's just a grid, and I'm not going to put very much ink, if any at all, on these little things, just to give a slight hint of mixed media coming out from behind the circles. So I'll go ahead and get started. Kind of lay that. I'll lay it over here so I can glance over and pull it up if I need to, just to make sure I'm getting the proportions right. So I'm going to do something right in here. This is going to be the blue one up there. So I'm going to try. Let's see if that is a better angle. Okay, I'm going to try with the, oh, there's plenty on there, and I'm just kind of doing that for the blue circle. This next one is going to be yellow, so I'm going to take the yellow and do it kind of right there. Now, all of this may end up getting covered up, and the yellow doesn't really show very much, but I'm going to go ahead and do the pink one kind of like this. And I think there isn't much pink ink on here. So I am going to add a little to it. So there's that. Okay, so I've got my start. And put these things aside. side these days is kind of right in the middle of where my supplies are. So I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue so that these things don't get posted or pasted down. I'm going to do this one kind of like so that the mixed media kind of shows out this side of it. And the only thing I worry about here is that that's not leaving me much room to do my diagonal that way. I may have made a mistake, but you know, it is what it is, and I'm going to work with it. I'm going to put this one kind of right there. Let me get that down a little better. And then the blue goes like so. Okay, so I've got my circles defined. I'm going to work on this one first because I really want to get it right, and it needs to be somewhat grander in scale. I don't, and by that I don't necessarily mean larger, but I'm gonna, because the circles kind of have the open rings, I'm gonna take advantage of that and have my embellishments kind of tucked under and through some of those. So first I have sunflowers because John loves sunflowers. Next, I'm gonna go find one of my little cute penguins. There were some penguins in the, I don't have. There were some penguins in the Bramble Fox paper cuts, but they were dressed in winter clothes. So I'm going to, if I have to print one, I'm going to have a kind of clear black and white penguin with yellow feet and beak there. And I'm sorry that I don't have one here. I must have used them all on a recent layout. So I'm going to put that there. And I have this little piece of flair made with an epoxy circle right on top of a one of the Bramble Fox paper snips. Now I've got a flower here, and I'm going to kind of put it, I need to look at the, right now I need to look at the sketch, or at the original. These things kind of do float out around. There are some tucked up close and some that float around. The smaller ones float. So this is fairly large. I'm going to overlap it, and I've got a couple of leaves. I will curl the leaves and then glue them like so. And I have some small, they're Bramble Fox kind of fabric flowers. There are some leaves that came with those, but they were a little bit large for what I was going for. And I'm going to add a yellow flower kind of out into the field there. I have a yellow ribbon, and it's a bow tied with jute twine, and I'm gonna kind of glue it right here. And I'm going to try to tame this. If I need to, I can glue it, or I may just let it go wild. I'm going to put another, like a little fabric flower right there, and another fabric flower right here. And I have this, which says photo op, and I'm going to put that right there. And that's going to be my title. It's the only one that's going to have a black background. I have 3 phrase strips that will go on the page, but it's the only one in black and white, so I hope that makes it stand out enough as a title. Okay, and I can do I'm going to do some sequins around here, but I'm going to do the sequins last because it's kind of labor intensive. I have this pink heart that is a Bramble Fox fabric heart. I'm just going to glue that down. I have from a paper snip, I have this pink butterfly, and it's facing this way, so I'm going to actually put it right here and have it kind of overlap that with the wings curled up. I have this cute little camera that says snap. I guess I have it upside down. The snap should be readable, I suppose. I'll just kind of place that there. And I've got this word strip that says from the heart. It has a little pink heart, so I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to overlap with this guy kind of right there. I have a pink bow, and I think I'll put it kind of sort of in the same place down under the word strip there. I have a pink Bramble Fox heart right there, and I have another little pink one, pink kind of shimmery one that I'll put there. It's a little bit kind of this is more of a, I don't know what you would call that, a dusky pink, whereas the I'll put that little flower right there. I have a little, this is a purpler. I guess that's a word, purpler. This one has more. It's cooler. And where do I want to put this? I'm going to put it maybe just right there. And the way I cut it, it'll kind of curl up a little bit. And I have a pink I cut this for a different layout and it ended up on the floor, so I'm going to use it here. I'm going to maybe, nope, I'm not going to use it there. I'm going to use it down here. I've got a little bit of smursh on the butterfly, so I'm maybe going to have it kind of peeking out from behind the butterfly, as though the butterfly is lit on there. Okay, so now the blue, the large image that I'm going to use for the blue, I'm going to put on the opposite side, and it's a pretty blue butterfly. And I'm going to kind of put the bow in the same place. It's one of those that's misbehaving like the yellow one did. I'll put that there. And I have a little cloud. It's just cute. There's no particular rhyme or reason for it. There. And then I have a couple blue flowers, one of which I want to tuck underneath here. And I'll do another one here. And then I have a couple little tiny leaves that I will curl like I did these. And I have to tell you, those were not easy to fussy cut. I wasn't, I didn't do a good job there. And I'm not one of those haters of fussy cutting. I love fussy cutting. So now I'm going to do this one here, and this star, maybe I'll do kind of right there as sort of a part of this cluster here with the butterfly and the cloud. And then I have an arrow that I'll use down here. I hate that those two things are exactly the same color, but I can kind of mix things up. This word strip I'm going to put in a little bit different place. I'll put it right here. It says memories. So now we're going to go with the little tiny things. I said I was going to do the sequins last, but I'm not. I'm going to do the sequins now. And let's try something. Do we need to expand this by adding that? Would that add to it, or would that just kind of confuse things? And then add that one, and then this pink one maybe, or just leave the pink. What do you think? I wonder. I'll tell you what I might do. See if I can cut it like that and have it do kind of scooch down in. I will do it that way, and I'll try to do something different for the yellow one so that it doesn't look like I did it on the yellow and the blue but not the pink. You know, that I don't want the pink to feel left out. But if I do something a little bit different, I do think I need something here. So maybe I put this out here by itself, or I do this one out here by itself, and I do maybe some sequins inside of it. So let's try that. Okay, and then the pink one, I'm going to go ahead and do it the same as the blue. I'll cut a piece off, and then I'll tuck it in by the heart and the butterfly. So there. All right, now pink sequins, kind of put them at on a diagonal from one another. Let's see. I want to get some different sizes and colors in there. And I'm having a little bit of trouble picking it up because I haven't done my weekly tweezer cleaning. Is that on your weekly list? A weekly tweezer cleaning? I have to. I should do it more often than that. It should be daily, but I don't. Okay, now I'm going to take some of the yellow sequins and make them look a little like they're spilling from this circle. And some of the included in the sequins here are some little lemon slices, and they are just adorable. So stinking cute. There's several different colors of yellow here. And I picked yellow because not only because John likes sunflowers and that was going to be my embellishment, but he loved yellow and like the brighter the better. I may have told this story before. I'm sure that many of my stories are repeats, but we in our house that we lived in the Woodlands in Texas before moving to Georgia, we were painting a lot of the rooms, and we hadn't really given much thought to doing the hallway. But at some point, John made the argument that that hallway was, after the bright and airy look, we had a lot of windows, and it was a really bright space. But when you went down the hallway, it was dark, and it was just kind of dreary. And he said that he had just read somewhere that yellow was the brightest of the colors on the color wheel, so he thought we ought to paint the hallway yellow. So I brought home a can of what I thought was a pretty yellow paint, and it just wasn't bright enough. So he took it back and came home with a I want to say stop sign yellow. It wasn't quite that warm a yellow. It wasn't quite that orangey a yellow. It was definitely bright. I mean, just incredibly bright. And we painted the hallway, and when people came over, they'd say, okay, then, was that intended to blind us or what? I'm wanting to overlap some of these, and that's not cooperating as I wish it would. So anyway, that I always joke with him about that yellow hallway, or did always joke with him. And when we moved here, we decided to do most of the walls, and it's a really wide open space, so that's a big expanse of wall, in a kind of an aqua sort of color, sort of the color of this mat it kind of matches the walls. It was not necessarily the intention, but it's how it happened. And then we had designated a couple other walls to kind of break up the space and define things a little bit better. We had defined a couple accent walls, and John wanted to go with the darn yellow. And my then daughter-in-law, Nikki, talked him into going with a coral color. And I'm kind of glad, because the yellow just, I don't think would have worked. But he wanted lots of yellow accents, and so we have those. These, I kind of want the sequence to look a little bit different in each cluster, but I want some on each side. And the blue sequins I have are really big. I've got another one in here. I think it's a little bit maybe too green. Now I'm going to use it anyway because I have it out and I don't want to put it back. So I'm just going to put it right here. And I have a couple little teeny tiny pink ones. They're pinkish. So I'm going to put a little tiny bit of glue there and some right there. And I think if I can see them well enough, and if my tweezers will let go of them, I think that'll be a cute little accent there. Okay, now that the sequins are done, I'm going to close that up. Easier said than done. And I'm going to do, the Nuvo drops. So I'm going to start, I guess I should start by testing. I kind of okay, so that's all the yellow I'm going to put on. Now let's do blue. We'll test that. I want to be sure I don't get that on my sweatshirt. There, and okay, and now pink. And my pink, I don't have a nice soft color pink there. I need to go shopping for some more Nuvo drops. These are going to be very bright pink, so I'm going to kind of, they're glittery too, so they'll look different. Okay, and we're done. I don't think I'm going to do a lot of journaling on this one. There's not a particular story that's told here. The main story is what the little piece of flair says. It says bloomin' amazing, and that he was. So as many of you know, I have John on my mind a lot at the moment, always, but especially now with the anniversary of his passing kind of coming up soon. I think I'm going to do something right here. I'm going to add a little yellow over here, and if I'm going to over embellish any part of this, it should be the yellow part, because that's the part with his photo. But I thought if I just kind of did that and kind of slightly peeking out right there, that would work. And I like it. So glad I did it. And now I will lift up the camera and I'll show you the finished page. There we go. I like it. I like the, I think it captured the color on color mood of the original. It has a few of the same elements, the butterflies and the flowers and the leaf sprig, so, and the bows. So I'm very happy with it. And I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next Sunday, if not before. Bye.